Good morning, everyone. Thank you all so much for being here today to mark the completion of the all-new Southeast Family Health Center. Yeah. My name is Carla Short. I'm the interim director for San Francisco Public Works, and I have the honor of kicking off the festivities. I'm going to turn it over to Mayor Breed in just a moment, but I did want to briefly tell you one of the things that really stuck out for me about this project, and that's teamwork. This has truly been a collaborative effort from start to finish. Public Works led the design, project management, and construction management, and worked very closely with the Department of Public Health, which will operate this amazing facility, a clinic that plays a critical role in the Bayview and San Francisco's neighborhood health center network. The arts community helped enrich the interior with their artwork, and various local agencies and initiatives helped pitch in with funding. We had more than 40 contractors collaborate on this project, and much of the labor came from local residents. It's always great to see when a project can help support jobs in our community. The driving force, of course, have been the community members who made sure the city delivered. The community partnership has been the foundation of this project's success. And I really want to note the beautiful glass wall that is designed to welcome the community to this building. This is meant to be a building for the community. Thank you, yeah. I do want to take a moment to thank some of our great Public Works teams who have helped shepherd the project along. Some of the key players include our city architect, Ron Alameda, who is here. The Bureau of Architecture manager, Julia Lowy, also here. The project architects, Charles King and Richard G. I know I saw Charles earlier. The lead design architect, Greta Jones. Our project manager, Yusuf Bouamama. And construction managers, Eugene Hom and Ed Ryan. From the drawing board to the work on site, our design, project management, and construction management teams helped make this important project come to life, creating spaces that bring people together and express a community's vision for itself. Thank you also to the fantastic artists, and I hope everyone will get a chance to see the beautiful art inside. Ramakan Arwisters, Ron Moultrie, yes. Ron Moultrie Saunders, and William Rhodes, whose contributions have infused beauty, culture, and love into this project. And finally, I want to thank San Francisco voters whose support of the health bond was crucial. So thank you everyone who played such an important part in this amazing project. And now I'd like to invite our mayor, Mayor Breed, who's shown incredible leadership during the pandemic and throughout her tenure, and amplified the importance of our public health system. Madam Mayor.
Well, thank you, Carla, and you had me at on time and under budget. Really excited about the new Southeast Family Health Center that is finally, I believe, a dream realized. In fact, a lot of the work that former Supervisor Sophie Maxwell did when she was on the Board of Supervisors, and I was a member of the Redevelopment Agency Commission with all the stuff going on here, and Oscar James would come to those meetings and fight for this community. And the fact that we are starting to finally realize a lot of the promises made to the Bayview, a lot of the decisions that we are making have everything to do with the input of the people of this community. And it's taken a long time, but here we are. And we know how important having a community health center is. In fact, during this global pandemic, when there was a lot of uncertainty and there was a lot of fear, part of the work that we did to embed an equity team into our emergency response had everything to do with the Southeast Health Center that is located there, and they were able to work with us to set up a place to do testing. And when the time came for the vaccine, they were the place that first got the vaccine in order to serve this community. but more importantly, to make sure that we work with the community, that we provide the resources. And part of that is making sure that we are coming together, not that we're dictating what should happen in the community, but how we work together in order to make these things possible. And I want to take us back a little bit. Yes, these bonds that the voters pass on a regular basis help us to build projects like this. And this bond passed in 2016, which not only made it possible for the Southeast Family Health Center here that we built from scratch, which is a beautiful building, but it also made it possible for us to remodel Maxine Hall in the Fillmore, making sure that people in our community get services. Half of the people served in this facility next door are African American. Over 40% are people from the Bayview Hunters Point community. So we know when we build it, they will come because we know the need is so critical in this community to make sure that there is a place that is within close proximity of where you live, a place that you can come, and a place that is culturally sensitive about the needs of our community. So I'm glad and excited about this, and I'm looking forward to seeing this place become not just a place that you come for things when you're having problems, but a place that you come for preventative care, a place where you come to congregate and hang out, just like at the George Davis Senior Homes. That's the place people hang out at too, and I see Kathy Davis here. We know that community is so important, and this new health facility is really about community. And I love the fact that 3 African American men artists who are part of the amazing community in San Francisco had an opportunity to showcase not only their art, but their art as a reflection of this community. So this truly is your Southeast Health Center here in the Bayview Hunters Point. So I know everybody's anxious to get in here and get a vaccine or get a booster or, get some things checked out. It's okay, doctor privilege with, none of your business will be in the street, so don't worry about that. But before we get started and cut the ribbon and get this place open to the public, I want to introduce the supervisor for your district, the president of the Board of Supervisors, Shaman Walton.
Thank you so much, Madam Mayor. Good morning, everybody. This truly is an exciting day for us here in Bayview Hunters Point. Before I say a few words, I do want to pay homage to the folks who historically made sure that we had a Southeast Health Center in Bayview Hunters Point. Some of you may recall we were getting sent to Silver. Some of you may recall the health system saying that we could go other places to receive services, but we had some giants fight to make sure that this health center existed right here in our own community. So I want to pay homage to them. Secondly, I want to say just a few names, and I know I'm going to miss some names, and some people are going to curse me out after I get off of this podium, but I do have to mention a few names because a lot of people fought to make sure that we had this new health center. They served on the advisory committee. They put in hours and time historically to make sure that this happened. People like Claude Carpenter, I want to thank you for your work, and he looks younger than I am, even though he's been doing this work in community for decades. Commissioner Richardson, Dr. Espinola Jackson, my auntie Oscarine Williams, and so many community giants, Oscar James. And a lot of these folks are depicted on the quilt that you will see inside. And so when you get a chance to look at this amazing art that the mayor talked about, make sure you look at the art, try to understand some of the history behind it, because so many folks fought for this to happen. If I didn't mention your name, understand that I love you and charge it to my head, not my heart. And I also want to make sure that I give a big shout out to Supervisor Maxwell as well as Supervisor Cohen for their work through the process on making this happen as well. But as I had a chance to take a tour earlier and look at the services that are going to be offered to our patients here in the district and the growth, having our own x-ray machines and x-ray techs on site, being able to have private exam rooms and brand new facilities, and making sure that people understand that you are cared about in this community, that we're going to do everything we can to make sure that you have the amenities and the things that you deserve. And we know that healthcare is a basic right for all of us. So I want to thank DPW for the work on the building. I want to thank the Department of Public Health for their work with community to make this happen, because this work only happens when folks come together and realize that when you make noise, things can happen. And most certainly that is what the community did. That's why we ended up here today, and I want to appreciate that. And as I see James Richards, who Mayor Breed honored him with a day a few years ago, and we put up a big billboard to celebrate him in his day because of all the work that he did, putting people to work on facilities and buildings like this. It's important that we remember and recognize how we all got here and the work that took place to get here. So thank all of you for showing up in community. Thank you for supporting the work and the vision of making sure that we have the proper health care in our communities, because you know we have the biggest disparities in health care across this city as a black population. And so we have to make sure that we have the facilities, that we have the care and the programs in place to address those health disparities. We love you, appreciate you, and look at this new facility. Hope you take a chance to come in and do a tour after we finish this press conference. Thank you so much. My apologies. And as the mayor talked about, when this pandemic started, we were one of the first communities to step up and say we need testing right in our very own community. We were one of the first communities to step up and say we need vaccinations right in our own community. And we worked closely with the Department of Public Health, who did respond, and they did heed the call. And I want to thank the leadership of Dr. Koufax for making sure that that happened. I want to thank him for seeing this project through to fruition. So I have the honor and privilege of introducing the department head lead for Department of Public Health, Dr. Koufax.
Well, thank you, and good morning, everybody. It's great to be here, and thank you, Mayor Breed, and thank you, President Walton. Thank you, DPW, Acting Director Short, for your work. And it's amazing what has been accomplished when community government came together. And I just got a tour of the building, and it's just so incredibly inspiring. You know, the physical spaces where we deliver care really matter. The quality of the building, the artwork on the walls, the designs and layout, these all contribute to long-term health. There are few American cities that provide this level of direct care to their residents. And I am deeply proud of our network's 13 clinics, including this new state-of-the-art building. In particular, the Southeast Family Health Center is a special place with services few neighborhood clinics have. And as already been mentioned, we will be having X-ray on site. So you can get care when you need it, not have to get another place where you have to go to another place to get something, right? We have a new facility where we will be doing on-site optometry for eye exams. Huge issue, right? Now, in our jargon of healthcare, and I know we get pretty jargony sometimes, we call this low barrier access. But what it's really saying is that we're doing everything we can together to make it easy and convenient for people to get the medical services when they need it, where they need it, all in one location. And our first patients will be receiving care in this facility later this month. And as already has been mentioned, this center is here today because of generations of wisdom and community activism. The Bayview community came together and fought hard for federal funding, which allowed the initial building to be established back in 1979. And I know a lot of people have been doing this work, and I also want to specifically thank Mrs. Ollie Burgess for her leadership over the years. Her advocacy for the original health center and the way she shaped the brand new facility behind us today is a legacy of her incredible leadership. And this is a busy clinic. We serve over 4,000 patients a year. And this new health center renews and expands the commitment to health equity by, again, bringing services to where they are needed most. I want to thank all of you who are part of this legacy, including and especially our patient advocacy groups. Because of the success of this clinic and this new building is because of the care you provide and the relationships you've built. The future is bright, And I do want to personally thank the DPH team for their work on this, including Kathy Jung of the department's facilities team. Kathy, I don't know if you're here today, but thank you for your work on that. To Lisa Chen Zayas and Kay Kim and our long-term medical director, Keith Seidel, who mentioned that 4 medical directors were involved in creating this building, and our entire ambulatory care team. And now it's my great pleasure to introduce a key leader and a member of our Southeast Health Center Advisory Board member, Oscar James. Mr. James, we met pre-pandemic in the old building where the advisory board was meeting. And I have to say, it's astounding to me that this project came in on time, on budget, because of you and others during a pandemic. I mean, that's just incredible. So it's been an honor to work with you, and thank you for your support and leadership. Because of you seeing the gap in healthcare services, you were so key in organizing to build the original Southeast Health Clinic. And because of your vision and leadership, we are here today to inaugurate this new building. So, Mr. James, my pleasure. Please, thank you.
Thank you very much. They already said my name, so everyone know that already. But I just want to say a couple of things about my board members who are present right now. I would like for them to stand so everyone who could see them. Those who are standing, raise your hands so the community can see. These are the people who really made this possible. You know, I want to thank you. Karen Pierce, I wish you would stand up. We've been dealing with this ever since the 70s when we first got this property, along with the model cities who bought this property when they were trying to take this health center to Silver Avenue and Silver Avenue and San Bruno. And we fought, model cities fought and bought this property. This property is dear to us in the community. A lot of you who do not know about this community. This particular property here is the old South Basin Channel Street projects, one of the first projects that was built in Bayview Hunters Point before they started building the houses up on top of the hill. These projects was on stilts, and at that time when it would rain, it would flood, and people would have to use boots to come into the house. But we've done a lot of work in this community to make things possible for us to have the type of facilities that we have now. Dr. Davis' vision on senior housing, the swimming pool, the redoing of the Bayview Park. So we have a community now that really has been thought of by peoples in the community, especially like a person like James Richards, Dr. Mabry, I don't know if he's here now, who played a very important part in this community. We have a plaque with numerous peoples in the community. A lot of peoples are missing, but one of the things I want you guys to focus on is the Young Men for Action was a group in this community. When we started in 1966 during the riot, we made sure peoples in this community got jobs first. And we only have 2 or 3 members left, which is James Richards and Dr. Mabry, who's on this quilt in here. A lot of the other members are there. But what I'm saying to you young brothers and sisters in this community, if you say this is your community, you fight and do something for this community. We started at the age of 18 years old. 18 years old, and we started with clubs. People was talking about club people are bad and all this and all that. We only have this because of the Vanguards, okay? The Savoys, the Sheiks, you know, they were the ones who made all this possible. So you say you riot, this is your community, then you act like it's your community. You stop killing each other, and you come together and build this community for your kids. We're OGs now. We're OGs. I'm 76 years old. I started this at 18. It's you guys' turn to do this now. It's your turn. You know, now if you don't step up to the plate, all this is in vain. Stop the killing. We don't need that. We need to know our history in this community, how the Chinese, how the blacks, how the Mexican Americans made this community what it is today. So with that, I have long wind. I didn't write no agenda down. I talk from the shoulders. I want each and every person in this community to learn your history in this community and come together. Come together. If we say we're a community, we're the community of one. God bless each and every one of you.
Thank you, Mr. James. Thank you to all of our speakers, and thank you all for being here today to celebrate this momentous occasion. And with that, I would like to invite the speakers and the other ribbon cutters to join us and cut this ribbon. 5, 4,